Rob Tchaikovsky, Post Media.
Okay. Ottawa got off to that bad start in January, but since then they've actually been pretty good. I think they're 8-7 against everybody else in the North, but they're 0-5 against you guys. Is that just a matchup that stylistically suits Edmonton, or one of those quirks that happens in a season? How do you explain the way this series has gone? Because they've all been pretty tight games.
Yeah, they're a good young team. I think for us last night, them coming off back-to-back game, we wanted to try to get back on track and keep building. So I don't know if it's one thing or another, but we've had some good games against them, and for us, we're just trying to pick points up.
Does it become a self-perpetuating thing because you have confidence against them, or is it the opposite, that it becomes increasingly difficult to beat a team 4 or 5, 6 times in a row?
No, I mean, I think you try to build confidence. I think you, from game to game, everything's different, and for us, I think after we lost to the Leafs 3 times and wanted to have a good game against Calgary, and then continue to pick points up and build our game, and just kind of the way it's been happening.
Ryan Rishaug, TSN.
James, they seem like a group that you're going to have to kind of bring your lunch bucket a little bit to play against them. Like, they're not afraid to be physical. They got some guys that are greasy and work pretty hard. Is it easier to get up for a game where you're going to have to play that way to compete with them?
Yeah, like I said, they're young, full of energy. They're scrappy. They do everything. So they're looking to outwork you, and they got some high-end skill to go with that. So for us, like I said, it's just going into the game with the right mindset, trying to get better in our game, and be strong defensively, and let our offense take over from there. So we've played them well. I expect them to come out a little more refreshed and have a little bit more energy come tomorrow.
Reed Wilkins, 6:30 Ched.
Thanks, Sean. Hi, James. James, from your experience, what's the difference between a team that can steadily and comfortably protect a 1 or 2 goal lead in the third period and a team that struggles to do so?
What's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference between a team that can, put games away kind of steadily in a third period, and a team that maybe, isn't as comfortable in those slight leads?
A team that, can do it is a mature team that's looking to be playoff ready and looks to want to win. So I think that's taking the next step if you want to win in 1-goal games and be able to hold leads in the third period, and stay strong, and give your goalie a chance to make saves, and not have guys get second chances. So I think that's just a team that's growing and getting better.
Kevin Woodley, NHL.com.
Hey, James. I know you've played with Mike now for a few years, Mike Smith, and I know you're a guy as a shooter who kind of keeps a close eye on goaltenders. I'm wondering if you can tell me if there's anything you see different in him this year in terms of the way he's playing, other than the success, just from watching him.
No, I think he's just dialed in. Highly competitive guy. Wants to win badly, and wants to give us a chance to get a win every night. So he goes in there and does a job. But he definitely doesn't show his age. That's for sure. He's in unbelievable shape, and he's just a good leader for our group. So. He's been great for us, so it's been nice to see.
There's nothing stylistically different that you see from year to year? I'm not sure that you watch your own goalie that closely, but...
Well, I hang out with him a lot. We're with each other quite a bit, so I see a lot of different stuff. But no, he's just he's a great pro, from his preparation to his work ethic and practice to just everything he does to be ready to go on game days is top of the line. So he's a good guy to watch, even though he's a goalie. He's a guy I look up to, and a role model for all of us. So can't say enough about him, and he's getting rewarded this year for sure.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
So it's funny, you're kind of describing how a guy like Mike Smith matures and turns into a leader. And, you know, you've matured, you've been around the league a long time here. And you're playing an Ottawa team that they're probably going to get there too, right? But maybe they're not there yet. This Edmonton team, James, when you used to play against them in Dallas, they were young and filled with kids, and everyone talked about how good they were, but they never beat you. Can you just tell me about the process of turning into the, you know, from where the Oilers used to be, where Ottawa is now, to where you and Mike Smith are, being veterans, and what you learn along the way and how to speed it up?
Yeah, it's. I would say it's a little bit different now. I think for guys like myself and Smitty, we came in. You know, you have guys like Brad Richards, Mike Modano, Brendan Morrow, Marty Turco, Zubov. You know, Stefan Robida. It's just one guy after another that kind of takes you under their wing and helps you and shows you how to be a pro and how to go about your days and how to be a winner and how to prepare for games and how to go through games. So, you know, and then you go on. For me, you know, you go on to Pittsburgh and then you play with guys like Sid and Gino, and then into Nashville with Fisher and Weber, and you know, I've been around a lot of great leaders. So you learn day in and day out on what it takes to win and what it takes to be able to bring that mindset every day. So sometimes I think it's you know, a little different for young guys coming in because there's really not that many older guys on the team. So you know, they kind of got to fend for themselves a little bit and learn that way. So I was fortunate enough to have those veteran guys and have that presence in there. So for myself and Smitty, I think you know, when you go into a locker room with younger guys, I think you just try to bring the knowledge that you've learned over the years and you know, feed it off to them and in different situations. And so yeah, it was it's definitely a different role, but I think you grow into that and from when you're a young kid. So you know, it's enjoyable, and we've got a lot of young guys that are very receptive and you know, listen and like to learn and want to win and want to be great competitors. So it's been an easy task in that way.
Thanks, James.
Last question, Paul Gazzola, Oilers.com.
Hey, James. McDavid and Draisaitl appeared as dominant as ever yesterday. From a forwards perspective, what makes those two so compatible?
Yeah, they're dominant, that's for sure. I mean, just the way they read off each other, the way Drac can pass, the way Dave builds his speed. They just find each other all over the ice and little spots through the neutral zone, little spots in the offensive zone. So they're very predictable for each other. So it's fun to watch. They're two unbelievable players, unbelievable guys. So it's nice to be able to have that when maybe things aren't going the right way for us. We can switch the lines up like that, and those guys can go out and kind of take over, and we'll follow.
And even though they were played so well together yesterday, Dave said it's still a work in progress for the rest of the forward group. What does the rest of the forward group have to do just when those two are playing together?
Yeah, I think for us, we just got to kind of get into our roles here. You know, have confidence in the game we're going to play from each guy. So, you know, we're getting there. But that being said, it's, you know, there's ups and downs this season. So things are going to get switched around. Things are going to happen. Injuries, guys maybe not playing as well as they should. All those different things go into lineups and line changes. So I think you just got to control what you can control coming to the rink and try to be your best self.
Thank you. If there are no more questions, this concludes James Neal's media availability.